I want you to connect now with the body that you have chosen. And as I continue to talk, you're going to feel the energy of that body that you've chosen today getting stronger and stronger. And just using your first impression, tell me, do you feel that it's a male energy or a female energy?
Male.
You're a male. Very good. And I want you to look again down at your feet and tell me, why can't you see your feet? Where are you?
Moving.
You're moving. Is it daytime or nighttime? What's the first?
Day.
It's daytime. And now that you know that you're a male in that body, you're just going to use your knowing and your understanding, and you'll know how old you are. Are you 2 or 10 or 50? What number comes to mind?
2.
You're 2 years old? And what do people call you in that life? What's your name?
Timmy.
Timmy. Good afternoon, Timmy. Thank you for coming forward and sharing this life with us. Timmy, I want you to look around and tell me. You say it's daytime. Are you inside or are you outside, Timmy?
Outside.
You're outside. And if you knew, if you could imagine, what do you imagine you're doing outside, Timmy?
Playing in a tunnel.
You're playing in a tunnel? What kind of tunnel is it?
Trains.
It's trains? And are you alone playing in this tunnel?
No.
Well, describe to me what's going on. Look around and tell me. Who's there?
Zalas.
Who's there?
Family.
Your family is there? So describe these members of the family. Is it your mum and dad, or are they your sisters, aunties? Who are they?
Nana.
Your nana is there. And as you look at your nana, Timmy, as you look at your nana, I want you to connect with her, and you can do this very easily. You can just feel her vibration and you'll know instantly. How do you feel about your nana? Is she good to you or is she not?
Not.
She's not good. Yeah. So, connecting to feel your emotions, tell me how you feel when you're with your nana.
Scared.
She scares you? What is it that scares you about her? What does she do?
She made it go dark.
She made it go dark. Let's go a little further on that, making it go dark. How did she make it go dark? Just see the whole scene in slow motion and tell me what happened.
The train tracks.
The train tracks, yeah. Is that where she wanted you to play, or did you just decide to play on those train tracks?
I play there now.
You play there now. And tell me, how come that she makes it go all dark?
I fell.
You fell? And did you hurt yourself when you fell, Timmy?
Yes.
Where did you hurt yourself? See that injury there?
Your neck and head.
Your neck and head? Mhm. And does your nana help you?
No.
She doesn't help you? So in slow time, tell me what happens to you there.
The train moves with her on.
The train moves with your nana on? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So does she leave you there?
Yeah.
So what happens to you then, Timmy, if your nana leaves you there?
I just wonder the tracks.
Mm-hmm. Are you running after the train?
No, it's too fast.
It's too fast. Mm-hmm. So what happens to you then now? Just follow that scene. Where are your parents?
By myself.
You're by yourself. Mm-hmm. So follow that scene and take me to the next place that you go to. Is there anybody there to help you?
No, it's overgrown now.
It's overgrown. Mm-hmm. So what happens to you after that then, Timmy?
Get lost down here.
You get lost. Are you still in the tunnel?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And as you're walking around that tunnel, do you eventually come out of that tunnel?
No.
No. So what happens to you then, Timmy?
You just get stuck.
You just get stuck. Mm-hmm. And do you pass away in that tunnel?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Timmy, thank you for sharing that with us now. So I want you now to go to another past life, and I want it to be significant to this life today. But before we do that, Timmy, that rejection that you had in that life with your nana, when she left you there, did a part of your soul leave because of the rejection?
No.
No. So what I want you to do now, Timmy, is I want you to close that scene and just allow another life, another past life memory to come forward. And I'm going to count from 3 to 1, and when I get to 1, I want you to be in that life. So when you're ready, closing that scene now. Drifting and floating through time and space. I'm going to count from 3 to 1, and when I get to 1, you're going to be in another timeline. So when you're ready, 3, 2, nearly there, able to speak to me clearly, and 1, be there now. So as you get your bearings now, I want you to look around and use your imagination and tell me, are you inside or are you outside?
I'm inside.
You're inside. And what are you inside? Are you inside a boat, a house, a carriage? What does it look like? You're inside a house. Describe to me what you see in this house.
Gold.
Gold? Where is this gold?
All over the walls.
Gold walls. And take a look at what you're wearing. You'd be able to see yourself as an observer. You can see yourself at any angle now. Do you look male or female?
Female.
You're female. How old do you look there?
18.
You're 18. So what do people call you in that life? What's your name?
Gloria.
Gloria. So Gloria, as you look around this house, tell me, is this where you live?
Yes.
And that's where you live? Very good. So where's the rest of your family? Do you have any family?
I have loads.
You have loads of family? So how many brothers and sisters do you have?
7.
You have 7 Brothers and sisters? And what about your parents? Do you have a mother and a father?
I do.
Well, I want you to see the image of your mother in front of you now. And describe to me how you feel about your mother.
She's important.
She's important. Does she make you feel good or sad or strong? How do you feel when you're around her company?
Strong.
You feel strong. And as you look at your mother, what colour hair does she have?
Grey.
Grey. And look a little closer and tell me, what colour eyes does she have?
Green.
Green. Very good. Well, knowing that the eyes are the windows to the soul, Gloria, I want you to look deep into those eyes. And as you look deep into those eyes, you go even further into the soul of that person. And you'll be able to know whether you've worked with that soul before. And has she worked with that soul in this life at all?
Yeah.
Who is she?
She's a witch.
She's a witch? You've worked with her before?
No.
Is she in this life?
Yeah.
Who is she?
She's nice.
Who does she remind you of?
Lisa.
Lisa. Very good. And what about your brothers and sisters? Are they older than you or younger than you?
Older.
Older. I want you to see them in front of you now, all in a row. And as you walk past each one very, very slowly, you'll know which ones that you've worked with before. Are there any there that you're working with today in this life?
4.
4. You're working with 4 of them today in this life?
Yes.
Who are they in this life?
There's Janice.
There's
There's Bryna. There's Leslie and there's Anne-Marie.
Anne-Marie. Very good. So tell me, you're saying that your mother's a very important person. You're 18 years old. You should know what kind of thing. She's a princess.
Priestess.
She's a priestess. So what kind of things does she do?
She has the power.
Oh, she has the power. And does she pass the power on to you?
No.
Why doesn't the power come to you?
Because it goes to Bryna.
It goes to Bryna. Is Bryna one of your sisters?
Yes.
How do you feel about that, Gloria?
Nice.
Nice? You're happy for that?
Yes.
And tell me about your father. What kind of relationship do you have with your father?
Grey.
Grey? And what kind of things does your father do? What's his trade?
He's dark.
What? Dark in colour or dark in emotion?
In emotion.
In emotion. Take a good look at him, and as you step even closer to him, you'll feel his vibration and just sense whether you know him in this life. Does he remind you of anybody?
No.
Okay, very good. So Gloria, what I want you to do is I want you to describe this house to me that you live in.
Church.
Oh, it's a church. And you're going to know what country you live in. You'll just have an instant knowing. What country are you in there?
Egypt.
Oh, you're in Egypt. In a moment I'm going to tap you on the forehead, and when I tap you on the forehead, you'll see some numbers come to mind, and that will be the year that you lived. So when you're ready, 3, 2 and 1. What year is it there, Gloria?
667.
667?
Yes.
667. Is that BC?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So what kind of things do you do then? You're 18 years old. Do you have a job?
I serve the sisters.
You serve your sisters. Mm-hmm. So you live in this church in Egypt. Mm-hmm. So do you go there to pray? Are there other people that come to the church, or do you go out to people?
We pray with the for the mother. With the mother.
You pray with the mother? Mm-hmm.
She has a crown.
Oh, you pray with your mother?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And she has a crown? And there's Bryna, is your sister there, being passed the gift. Does she pray with you?
We pray for her.
You pray for her. So why is it that she's been chosen then for this gift?
Because she's been given the crown.
All right, so your mother passes the crown to her.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So what I want you to do now, Gloria, now that we've got enough information, I want you to close that scene just as if you will flick your remote control and just allow your mind to drift and wander. And what I want you to do now is I want you to stay in the same timeline and go forward in that life to a very significant time for you, and describe to me what is happening. So when you're ready, just go drifting and floating, and I'm going to count from 3 to 1. And when I get to 1, you're going to be at that significant time, Gloria. So 3, just drift and float to the next significant time in your life. 2 and 1. Be there now. How old are you now, Gloria?
32.
You're 32. Tell me what's happening. Are you still at the church?
Yes.
Uh-huh. So look around and describe to me, what do you sense? If you could imagine, what do you imagine is happening?
Everybody's busy.
Mm-hmm. Are they busy for a reason? I want you to connect with the energy there and tell me, why are they busy? What's happening?
We're sitting high up.
You're sitting high up. Who's we sitting high up?
Me, Leslie and Bryna. The others not got the gun.
Mm-hmm. And why are you sitting high up? What's the purpose of you being there in that particular place?
Getting away.
Getting away? Explain to me, tell me more.
We're lifting up.
You're what, sorry?
Lifting up.
You're lifting up? Mm-hmm. When you say getting away, do you mean getting away from the people in the church?
The people outside.
The people outside? So what's happening then? What's happening outside?
War.
There's war? Mm-hmm. And so you're trying to lift yourself up? Do you mean lift yourself up in the church, or are you escaping down somewhere else?
Escaping.
You're escaping. I want you to follow that scene now, Gloria, and tell me, Exactly how you escape.
We're hiding through the tunnels.
Or you're hiding through
Where
tunnels.
water,
And going in water.
where green is,
You're going in water and what, sorry?
where green is.
And now you're going where green is.
Yes,
And do you come out the other end?
we do.
And is it just the three of you that escape?
Yes,
Well, follow that scene and tell me, where do you escape to? What do you do after you come
to a
out?
big pyramid.
You go to a big pyramid. What's the purpose of going to this pyramid?
It's a new home.
It's your new home. And as you enter that new pyramid, are you alone, the three of you?
No,
Describe to me.
there's a lady there with blonde hair who I sold us.
A lady with blonde hair. Look at that lady. And I want you to connect with her. Step really close to her and feel her vibration. Hold her hand and look into her eyes. Does she remind you of anybody today?
Yes,
Who is she?
got gold hair.
She's got gold hair. Gold hair today. Who does she look like today?
My friend.
Your friend. So tell me what happens now you're at this pyramid then.
We'll walk up the stairs to a red curtain.
To a red curtain. And do you go past that red curtain?
Yeah,
And what's behind that red curtain there,
a flame
Glory?
on the wall.
A what?
A flame on the wall.
A flame on the wall. What does this flame mean?
Safety.
I see. Safety. And is there anybody else in that pyramid there? Or are you alone there?
Boards.
There's loads. And are they people like you that have fled? Or are they other people? Describe them to me.
Peasants.
They're peasants. So what's the purpose of you being in that pyramid and fleeing to that pyramid? What's the purpose of you three there?
To take the power.
To take the power? And what do you do with that power, Gloria?
Take control.
And what do you take control of?
The people and the land.
The people and the land. Is that a positive thing?
Yes.
So, do you look after the people?
Yes.
Very good. What I want you to do now, Gloria, is I want you to take me to the last day of that life. So just feel yourself closing that scene, just as if you're drawing a curtain, and allow that scene to go to one side and just go drifting and floating with your mind now. That's right. Drifting and floating all the way to the last day of that life. Just feel yourself slowly getting there, and I'm going to count now. 3, 2 and 1. Be there now. How old are you, Gloria?
87.
You're 87. And where are you, Gloria?
In bed.
Are you still near the pyramid, or have you moved?
I've moved.
Look around and tell me, are you alone or are there others with you?
I'm alone.
You're alone. Do you feel that you've had a good life?
The best.
The best life? So now that this is the last day of your life, what I want you to do, Gloria, is I want you to take a nice deep breath in, and as you do that, just step away from that body. just so your soul can be lifted out of that body, and I just want your soul to rise about 3 foot above the body so that we can continue assessing this life. And as you're now looking down at that body of Gloria, and you're a soul, tell me, how do you feel as a soul?
Lost.
You're lost. Take a look at Gloria, and as you're looking down at Gloria, what was the purpose of that contract that you had in that life?
To serve.
Your contract was to serve. And how do you think you did? Did you do well? Or?
Excellent.
You did excellent. Very good. Well, now that you're out of the body, tell me, as you look around, does someone come to collect you to take to spirit, or do you go somewhere else? What's the next place you go?
To the light.
You go to the light. This light, what colour is it?
White.
It's white. So just feel yourself now rising and rising, getting closer and closer, and the closer you get to that light, you want to feel that vibration and that energy. And as you get closer with your telecommunication, you begin to connect with that light that has come to collect you. And what message does that light give to you?
Free.
So as you follow now onto your next path, do you go to your soul group or do you go somewhere else? Just feel yourself now going with that light, drifting and floating up and up and up and up. And tell me, where do you go next?
See rainbows.
Rainbows. Very good. And as you get closer to these rainbows, tell me, do you see any souls around?
No.
No souls. So why do you go towards these rainbows then?
The healing.
So you go to a healing place?
Yes.
And when you've finished at that healing place, just see yourself there absorbing all that healing and unshackling the memories of that past life. I want you to make an intention to go to your soul group. And as you make an intention to your soul group, you're going to see them in your mind's eye. And tell me, how many souls do you have in your group?
7.
7 souls. And what's the purpose of your group? What do you do?
To bring peace.
You bring peace. Look at those 7 souls. And I just want you to feel yourself floating in front of them now, very gently, absorbing their energy and vibration. And as you go past each of those souls, there'll be one of them that you connect with more than the rest. And tell me, does that soul have a message for you?
Yes.
What's the message?
To do well.
To do well.
No ego.
No ego. Ask that soul how she's doing today in this life.
She's doing good.
She's doing good. And as you look at that soul, describe it to me. Does it have a figure, a shape or a colour?
Blue.
It's blue. What does the colour blue mean for that soul?
Quiet.
Quiet. Very good. And is that soul working with you today on the earth plane?
Yes.
Can you see who it is?
Blue.
So now what I want to do, now we've got that message, I want to be able to connect with Donna. So I want you to close that scene now. And as you close that scene, very gently detach yourself from that scene. And I want you now to connect with Donna. And I want to be able to talk to your inner self, your subconscious mind. And to do that, Donna, what I want you to do is take a nice deep breath in and step away from the body. That's right. And just allow your inner self, that unconscious mind, that inner child to come forward and use your voice today. Good afternoon, inner self.
Hey.
Inner self, do you feel that you're male or female?
Female.
Mm-hmm. Tell me, how many lives have you had with her before?
11.
You've had 11. So what's the purpose of these lives? What are you working on?
For the higher good.
Higher good. How's she doing?
Should.
She is. So what kind of things should she be doing? If she knew, what kind of things would she be doing now?
Looking after herself.
Looking after herself? Are you saying she doesn't look after?
No.
Mm-hmm. So if you could speak to her right now, what's the message that you would give her?
Don't be a soft shit.
Right, okay. Well, I'll be sure to give her that message. Inner self, you say that you're female. Do you have a name?
Anna.
Anna. Mm-hmm. Anna, what I want to do today is I want to work with you, Anna. And I want us to do a scan of this body just to see if we can get her to work a little bit better as you're there now. And so what I want you to do is, using your X-ray vision, Anna, I want you just to start at the top of the head. That's right. And we're going to scan all the way down, just like a beam. We're scanning all the way down, just like an X-ray. Just feel yourself at the top of the head now, going right down, down through the jaw and the shoulders, there, into the torso and the heart. And you're going to remember what you sense as you go into the tummy area there, and on the sides of the hips, into the womb there. All the way down the thighs, through the knees, down the calves, to the ankles, to the toes, and all the way back up. So Anna, could you sense anywhere that we could work on in this body?
The stomach and knees.
Stomach and knees. So Anna, we're going to work with the stomach first. Is it in the centre, the left or the right?
Left.
The left, Anna, I want you to go as small as a cell now, and I want you to begin to travel down to that area. And as you travel down to that area, you're going to be able to connect with that energy. Very good. And as you're connecting with that energy, I'm going to lay my hand there now. And tell me, how do you feel in that energy in the left part of the stomach?
Bad.
Bad? What's going on?
Testing.
Testings? So describe to me, give me some more detail.
Nasty.
They're nasty?
Blocked.
They're blocked. And as you're looking in there now, tell me, is this a past life memory or is it something that she's done to
Past.
a past life memory? So if it's a past life memory, I want to know what's going on. So I'm going to bring this energy up to the voice so we can find exactly why this energy is just holding there in that stomach. So when you're ready, I'm going to bring it up to the throat. Good afternoon, energy.
Hello.
So you say this is a past life memory. Are you male or are you female?
Male.
You're male. Is this you in a male or is it a different person?
Different.
It's a different person. You're an attachment. So tell me, how long have you lived in this body?
1700 years.
So you've had an attachment for 1700 years. kind of things do you do? What kind of things do you cause the symptoms in this body?
I cause out the blockages.
You cause the blockages. Well, you're a male. Do you have a name? What's your name?
Sebastian.
Sebastian? Sebastian, why didn't you go to spirit when you had the chance?
I'm not going to the light.
What's the reason that you don't want to go to the light, Sebastian?
Scared us.
It scares you? So I'll tell you what, instead of going to the light, why don't we just talk about your life? Sebastian, what I want you to do is I want you to connect with the life that you had and describe to me, as you go down into that life, what kind of life did you have, Sebastian? Was it a good life?
I was a god.
You was a god? If you're a god, why don't you want to go back to spirit?
I was guarding the people.
You were guarding the people? So you weren't a god, you were guarding the people?
Yes.
What country was this?
England.
In England? I'm going to tap you on the forehead and see some numbers. 3, 2, 1. What year was it?
1887.
1887. So see yourself, Sebastian, guarding those people there, and just describe to me what happened. Just see the
I
scene.
was stabbed
You were stabbed. Where were you stabbed, Sebastian?
on my stomach.
In the stomach. Oh, so were you stabbed in the left side of your stomach?
By a man riding a horse.
By a man riding a horse? And was that the last memory you had in that life?
Yes.
So why didn't you want to go to spirit, Sebastian? How old were you?
17.
You were 17. Did you feel too young to go to spirit?
Yes.
Well, you know, if you go back to spirit, you can be healed. If you hang around, you're just going to be causing symptoms with her all the time, aren't you, Sebastian? Are you ready to go back to spirit?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to place my hand here. And I'm going to ask your inner self, Anna, to help me now. And as I place my hand here now, Anna, go in there and help Sebastian collect all his memories. Because Sebastian, did you know that when you've collected all these memories and we take you back up to spirit, did you know that your soul is going to be whole again? Are you looking forward to that?
Yes.
Go in there and start collecting all those memories, Sebastian, and bring them and place them in my hand. That's right. Do your memories go into her back?
Yes.
Go in there and start pulling them out. And the more I talk, the weaker and weaker all those roots become, and see how easy it is for you to gather those. You've got a lot of sad memories there, Sebastian. And tell me, have I got all your memories in my hand now?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Well, I'm going to take that from you now. Sebastian, I'm going to offer you up to spirit. And I'm going to call on Archangel Michael to be by your side as you travel up to spirit, back to source, so you can be healed. And bless you. So Anna, now that we've removed that energy in here, what can we replace in the body? Do we replace a colour or a word? What would we best put in this body?
The crown.
What colour would that be?
Green.
Green. So I'm going to call on Archangel Raphael to come and work with me now. And as he comes into this room, I want you to feel the spiritual colour ray now entering your body now, and just feel that liquid spiritual colour now just pouring into your body like a hose, and see how it works on that tummy area and those intestines and see how relaxed they become now. So all those blockages and that tension now has dissipated. Just see how soft and relaxed and supple that tummy feels. And soak in all that beautiful green, relaxing, replenishing energy. And the more you need, the more you shall have. Just feel it pouring in until you're totally full. And I'm going to tap you on the forehead and seal that in. You told me about your knees. Anna, what's going on with her knees? Go down to the knees. Is it the left, the right, or both? Or both? And I'll travel down to the knees, and as you go down to the knees and you go around the bones and into the flesh and the muscles, describe to me, how does it feel in there?
Heavy.
Heavy. Mm-hmm. And as you connect with that energy, Anna, I want you to tell me, is this a past life memory? Or is it an energy? Is it something else?
Energy.
It's an energy. Mm-hmm. How long has that energy been there, Anna?
Years.
Years? Is it years in this life?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So how old was my client when this energy, she was 4 years old. What was happening to her when she was 4 years old, Anna?
She was playing.
She was playing, and this energy just came into her knees?
Yes.
What symptoms does this energy cause her?
Black.
Black. Very good. Well, I'm going to connect with that energy. It's almost like a hard, stiff, black energy. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I want this energy to have a voice and tell me just why it's there, why it's stuck. So I'm going to bring that energy up to the throat. Talk to me, energy. What are you doing down there in the knees?
Staying.
You're staying. Energy. If you snuck into the knees, you can sneak out, can't you?
No.
So why don't you want to leave, energy?
Because I want to stay.
Mm-hmm. So what do you do when you stay? What kind of things do you do to her?
Nice.
Nice. Describe something that you would do.
Cry.
Cry. Mm-hmm. So you cause her anxiety and make her cry.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Energy. Can you tell me, did you just drop into her knees like that, or were you sent?
Sent.
You were sent. I thought you were. So I want you now to focus on your origin of where you came from. And as I continue to talk to you and as I hold your strength here, I want you to go back and back and back to the place where you had this order and you were sent. Who sent you into this body?
The grey.
The grey? Mm-hmm. Describe this grey to me.
It's a dark grey.
It's a dark grey. Uh-huh. Where does this dark grey live?
All around her.
All around her? Mm-hmm. Do I have permission to speak with this dark grey energy today?
No.
Mm-hmm. So tell me, energy, why did it send you into this body?
No idea.
Mm-hmm. So, now that you've been highlighted, did you know that you can go up to spirit, to source?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Are you ready to leave?
Not allowed.
You're not allowed? Who says you're not allowed?
The grey man.
The grey man. This grey man, is he from a different life, a different realm?
No,
What is it then?
it's just the grey man.
This grey man. But this grey man can only control you if you allow him to. Are you ready to leave this grey man now?
Yes.
Well, just to make sure that you know you're safe and you're going to be looked after, what I want you to do now is really focus on my voice. And I'm just going to show you who's up there waiting for you in spirit. So I'm going to place a book in your hand, a leather-bound book. And I'm going to count from 3 to 1. And when I get to 1, I want you to open that book up. And you will instantly be able to see who's waiting for you in spirit. So when you're ready, feeling the strength of me now supporting you. 3, just hold that book now. Feel the edges of that book. 2, ready to open it. And 1, who's waiting for you in spirit energy?
Simon.
Simon. Who is Simon?
Man.
A man. And as you connect with Simon, you're going to be able to telepathically communicate with him. What is he saying to you?
Don't go.
Don't go. Don't go where?
Don't go back. Stay.
Tell me, is Simon the grey man?
Yes.
So what I want now is for Simon to step to one side, to allow Source to come forward. And tell me, who's there now waiting to deliver you back to Source?
The keeper.
The keeper. And what is he saying to you now?
Come back.
Come back. So it's all about the power of the mind. So what I want you to do now is I want you to follow my voice, and as you resonate on the sound of my voice, you're going to be lifting yourself up and up and up and up and up out of these knees, just going at the sound of my voice, heading towards that keeper now. Just feel yourself going higher and higher. See that keeper now putting his hand out to you. Take his hand and see yourself delivered safely back to spirit. Very good. And what I want to do now is I want to call on the angels to work with me now. And we want to work on these knees, so as we go into every muscle and fibre of this area, just feel us now just untangling all that tension. Just feel all that tension coming away from you now. Feel how smooth and comfortable your knees are and how free they are. Very good. Very good. I'll just work on them a little bit more. And at the sound of my voice, I want you to feel the healing energy just penetrating through these knees, through the bones, through the cells and the fibres. And just feel the strength that you're getting from spirit now. That's better. Yeah, very good. And I'm going to tap you on the forehead and seal that in. Anna, take a look at this body now and tell me, is there anywhere else in the body that we can work with, or shall I get to the questions?
No.
Do you want no, or is there somewhere in the body, or do I go to the questions?
Questions.
The questions. Very good. So can you tell me, Anna, you've been with her for a very long time. If I was to say to you, clock, and I want you to carry that sound of that clock all the way down to its origin, when it first became a memory to her. Keep going into her mind, Anna, to the sound of that clock. And tell me, what's the significance about clock?
Murder.
Murder. Tell me more.
Bellboy.
A bellboy? Were you a bellboy?
Yes.
So is this a past life memory when you were a bellboy?
Yes.
And how were you murdered?
With an axe.
With an axe?
With a bell. And a clock.
An axe, a bell and a clock. Who did this to you? Just see the scene in slow motion.
The man in the silver helmet.
A man in a silver helmet. What country were you in when this happened?
England.
You were in England. Why did he kill you there?
London.
It was in London. So did he deliberately kill you?
Yes.
What was the reason? You were a bellboy. Were you delivering something or collecting something?
War.
It was war. I see. So where do you hold that memory in the body today?
In the head.
In the head. Is it the top of the head, the left or the right?
The top.
The top. So I'm going to connect here. And I go in there and start collecting those memories. Because you had that life as that bellboy, didn't you? But you don't need the memory.
Yes.
What symptoms does it cause my client when you remind yourself? What happens?
The anxiety.
Anxiety. So you're causing their anxiety. So as I'm gathering all your memories up now, I'm going to take you back to spirit before you go. Is there anything that you want to say to Don? You don't want to?
No.
So I'm going to call on Archangel Gabriel, the messenger, to come forward now. As I take your memories from the head, offer them to Archangel Gabriel to take you back to spirit. And now, as I reconnect, I just want to pour in all the white light love. Just feel that source energy coming into the top, the crown of your head, and just feel it soothing, going all the way into your skull, down your face, into every chakra. Just feel it dripping down, soothing and healing your entire body until you're completely full. And I'll seal that in. So I want to know about this right ear. So as you connect with that thought of the right ear, Anna, go into that right ear and tell me what's happening.
Shot.
Shot? What does shot mean?
Shot.
Shot? Was she shot in the ear?
Shot in the side of the head.
She's shot in the side of the head. Was she male or female in that life?
Female.
She was female. Who shot her in the side of the head?
The matron.
The matron. So tell me, what was she doing? Why did she shoot her in the head?
Helping.
For helping? Who was she helping in that
The
life?
people in World War II.
The people in World War II. She didn't want you to help them,
No.
and she shot you in the head.
Yes.
So when she shot you in the head, I want you to see that body there, that life as that female. Did the matron actually take part of your energy from you then?
No.
No. So what would you like to say to that matron now? Now that you know that you're a soul and you can reinvent yourself, what would you like to say to that matron?
Why?
Why? So why are we keeping that memory in the ear?
Sadness.
Sadness. Well, you don't need to hold on to sadness, do you? You've had the lesson of the sadness. You don't need to make it a lifetime, do you?
No.
It's not a life sentence, it's just a lesson. And I go in there now and start drawing all the emotion and the memories from that scene. See all those emotions, the anger, the fear and the anxiety, just lifting out of the ear. And as I come forward now, I'm just going to collect all of that memory and just see all those memories, those emotions, that fear. You don't need to have them in your head to remember. You don't need the pain and the anxiety. Does it make you depressed?
No.
And the pain? What kind of pain is it? Is it a sharp pain or a dull pain?
Sure.
It's a sharp pain. Pass that sharp pain into my hand. Very good. Very good. And I'm going to call on Archangel Zadkiel now. Have I got all that memory into my hand?
Yes.
And I'm going to take that away from you and offer that up to Archangel Zadkiel to take back to spirit to be healed. And as I replace my hand here now, I want the colour pink to come in, the spiritual colour pink of healing and love. And see how it's knitting together all those cells and recalibrating that area. Now that that memory is gone, you'll still have the thoughts but without the pain. And just see how it's soothing now. That's right, healing. Very good, very good. So tell me about sausages and food. What's going on? What is it about sausages and food?
Starved.
Starved? Was she starved in a previous life?
Yes.
Was she male or female?
Female.
She was female. How old was she?
8.
She was 8. What country was she in?
This one.
England?
Yes.
Was she at the top, the bottom or the middle of the country?
Middle.
In the middle. Was she starved by her family or starved because there was no...
Yes.
She was starved by her family?
On a farm.
On a farm? And is that how she passed away?
Yes.
So why sausages?
There was no meat.
There was no meat. So this memory that she has of being starved comes in the form of food and sausages. What does it make her do? When she... Sweets. So she compensates with sweets. And as you look inside your body now, you can see your whole body in your etheric body. I want to talk to Anna. Anna, tell me, are these sweets doing her body any good?
No.
So, what kind of thing should she be eating now?
The veg.
The veg. She needs veg. But she likes the sweets, so what can you tell her?
No.
No. Anna, go in there and find this trigger in her that tells her to eat these sweets. Where does she hold that trigger?
In her stomach.
In her stomach, yeah. Is it in the centre of her stomach?
Yes.
Go down into the centre of that stomach and tell me when you're there.
I'm there.
You're there. So what I want to do now is I'm going to connect with that stomach area. Very good. Wow. And as I connect with this stomach area now, And you can feel that I've laid a crystal of selenite there. To power up the energy in this body, in this stomach area. And what I want you to do is, I want you to go in there and see where that trigger is for sweets. And I want you to replace that trigger for nutritional food. I just want you to replace the card that says eat the sweets. So every time she has this trigger again, she'll just think of fresh, juicy vegetables, nice things to eat, wholesome food and bread. And have you changed it now?
Yes.
Very good. Very good. Thank you. And another question that I have is, we've done the sweets. I want to know how many guides she has. Anna, how many guides does Donna have?
2.
2. Describe these guides to me. What do they look like?
Her grandfather.
Uh-huh. Who's the other one?
A young boy.
A young boy. So what kind of things do they bring to you? What kind of strengths do they give you?
The knowledge.
The knowledge. Very good. And tell me about heights. She seems to have a bit of a thing with heights. So as I say that word, heights, I want you to go down on that vibration to that memory and draw that memory out and tell me, why does she have a thing with heights?
Fallen.
Falling? Did she fall
Yes.
from heights?
Yes.
Was she male or female?
Male.
Male. Did she accidentally fall?
Yes.
It was an accident?
Yes.
So where was she? Where was he when he fell?
On the sea, on the cliffs.
On the sea cliffs. So where is that memory in this body?
In the throat.
In the throat. And I go into the throat now. And as I connect, go into the throat and draw that last memory out now. Because the soul went home, but the memory stayed in the body. Just give it to me. Have I got that memory now?
Yes.
I'm going to offer that memory up. That's right. Offer that memory up. And I'm going to replace it now. And I'm going to replace it with the confidence, abundance, joy and love. Thank you very much. How many lives has my client had? How many lives has Donna had?
7.
7? How's she doing?
Good.
She's doing good, very good. She wants to know about children. Is she having children in this life?
In time.
In time. In time could mean anything. Is that this year, next year, the year before?
Next.
Next year. Very good. And can you tell me, she wants to know about Bermuda, the Bermuda Triangle and Egypt. We've covered Egypt, so tell me about the Bermuda Triangle. What's happening there?
Past life.
That past life. Describe that life to me. Did she
Sailor.
have? She was a sailor. And what happened?
She got lost.
Got lost in the Bermuda Triangle.
Yes.
And when you get lost in the Bermuda Triangle, describe to me what happens when you get in that energy of the Bermuda Triangle.
Lost souls.
Lost souls. And did that soul not go back up to spirit?
Yes.
It did. So where is the memory of that journey in this body?
Yeah.
So whereabouts in the body do you keep that memory?
The arms.
her arms. Why do you keep it in the arms? What's so significant about the arms?
Because they're the strength.
They're the strength. I see. Well, if you don't take that energy back with you to spirit, you know that you're going to have to leave that part down here with Donna. So are you ready to be totally healed? So I want you to come now and connect and just draw all that memory up and up and up and up and up and up. Just feel it coming out of the body. Feel it coming together now in an energy ball. Feel it getting tighter and tighter and smaller until it's almost like the size of a tennis ball. Tell me, have I got all that memory out of those arms? Very good. I'm going to call on Archangel Gadiel to come down now. And as he comes down, I'll pass him those memories. And he'll be your guide to take back up to Source. And may the light of the universe always accompany you. And as I now connect with these hands and these arms, all I put in is soothing, comfort, joy, confidence. Just feel going into those veins, up these arms, into the mind, getting stronger and stronger. Very good. And now we've come to the end of the session. Is there anything else that I ought to have asked or should have asked?
No.
Do you have a message for anybody else?
No.
Are you ready? Very good. So what I want you to do now is take a nice deep breath. In you go. Very good. And as you breathe,